Uh, I think Ja left the game like late in the third. Just wondering if you got a chance to check on how he's doing after that injury.
Yeah, I'm sure in a couple of days we will have more information on that. But hoping for the best, obviously. Was a very important piece.
Coach, first game, did you have? I know you thought you would have no nervous jitters, but any jitters, leading up to the game, or the first couple of minutes before the blood started flowing?
Yeah, I've been doing this thing for over 10 years, and every time when the before the game starts, there's always that excitement, and I've learned that it's a positive thing because it lets you know that you're in the right frame of mind, and that's also the feeling that makes you want to work harder and prepare very well. So I'm happy I still get that feeling in my stomach.
There's there's been some injuries this year, and so there's been a lot of different players asked to step up. But how would you sort of categorize what you've gotten in this game and all season from players like Jay Huff and Scottie Pippen?
Yeah, that's a great point, and I think it speaks to also the camaraderie that the guys have with each other and the confidence that they play with. That they've truly developed a next man up mentality, and coach has done an amazing job giving everybody confidence and making sure everybody steps in, they feel ready and ready to contribute, and it's a joy to watch. Whoever goes to the floor always plays with confidence, always plays for the team, and we had big time performance again today from several guys, and that's kind of becoming our go-to move, so to speak.
Yeah, Coach. Those first few minutes, once the nerves calmed down, Ja was kind of fussing about the non-calls from the refs. What was your message to Ja to calm him down, get him back in the game right there, with the first quarter? And then what was your message to Ja at the end of the game, knowing that he was dealing with injuries?
Yeah, I mean he's still a young man, but he's a very experienced player, and he knows very well the intricacies of the game and the details. So there's not a lot he needs to be told on that, how to manage the game or how to interact with the referees or other players. So that he's always going to perform, and that's been great for our team. And just after the game, just quickly, saw him in the tunnel. He was obviously very happy about the team win, and Yuki scoring his first NBA points also, and he was in very positive mood after the game.
Yep. Coach, you've coached all over the world, had a lot of success at a lot of different stops. Was the NBA any different? Was this experience tonight, coaching in the NBA on that court, a little bit different from anything else? How would you describe the differences?
Yeah, I think the the overall situation that I was in today was obviously very different from the previous ones, because when you're a head coach, you basically are responsible for the whole program. That is not my role here. It is to support with the other staff members, try to bring Coach Taylor's vision to life, and he's done a great job of also empowering us. So I and the rest of the staff, we felt we were in a good place going into the game, but it definitely felt a little bit different, because not because I haven't been in the sidelines for a while, but because the setup is just so different. But got great support from everybody in our staff and also from the players, and I'm happy we made some shots and got the win.
Luke Canard returned tonight. Any sort of takeaways as he's kind of easing us back into playing games full speed?
Yeah, Luke's obviously a very important piece for us. Helps a lot. Another player for that second unit who can be an advantage creator and who can knock down shots and has experience, which we don't have a lot in this team. So was great to see him out there, and also great in the second half to see him get going there during our run.
With Zach Edey, early in the game he looked real forceful, got those offensive boards, and then you kind of went away from him for a while. Just in particular, what led you kind of going to the other bigs instead of Zach Edey?
Well, if you look at the game overall, like Jay obviously gave us huge minutes with his shooting again and his ability to stretch the floor and pull out the rim protectors from underneath the basket. And this opens up the game a lot for us. Then we had BC, who played one of his best games so far, was really dynamic. I think it's also reflected in his plus minus. He was plus 16 today on the minutes on the floor. We were making good runs. So it's nothing away from Zach. Like, he's been taking strides, and we just feel like we have three, let's say, very different type of options for that big spot, and it's a real strength that we can do it in this type of like a unit type of approach. And some nights he's going to play more. He dominated the game in Brooklyn. Today he played a little bit less, but overall I think everybody's very happy with his development and how he's progressing.
Drew, before you go, there were a few more questions. We are going to go ahead and open the locker room, so if you need to go to the locker room, go ahead, but if not, Drew, continue.
What does it do for this team when Jaren plays the physical game that he played tonight?
I mean, I think you already know the answer. It's very important, right? Because he gives us a different type of dimension. He stabilizes also those minutes where Ja is not on the floor, and he gives us a big boost and kind of a change of pace also. So and he's always that defensive presence that also gives us a lot on that end. So I mean, he was also huge today and gave us big buckets at the moment we most needed them. And I think that's the key, that we have this balance and that we have different type of units that can come in, and I think we're getting closer to playing the like finding the strengths of each of those units relative to the opponent that we play.
Tuomas in the back. It got chippy there at the end of the first half between Ja Morant and LeBron, kind of going back and forth a couple of those possessions. Obviously, Ja gets the technical. I was just curious what your perspective of that kind of back and forth was.
I mean, you're talking about two incredible competitors, and when you put everything on the line in the game, and those two guys do it, I think it's natural that sometimes they'll go a little bit over, and there's also, I think, you try to always find any type of edge that you can get, and both players are very, very experienced, and we'll try to find that in any way possible.
Last question, Chris.
Coach, Lakers made a little run there in the fourth quarter. You didn't have Ja. Wanted to ask you just the decision, the play call to let Santi bring the ball up. I think you had Jake on the side and the little action they had run there. Just want to know if that was a play you drew up, called in, or if that was Santi just taking some leadership.
I think again, going back to what a great job coach has done from the beginning is really empower everybody to become a playmaker and to be able to initiate our offense. And I think we played a couple of minutes without Scottie Pippen on the floor, and those minutes we were very confident that we're still going to be able to get into our offense because of guys like Santi, who are really multi-purpose players who can do a bunch of things. And yeah, I don't remember the specific situation, but we actually used in the second half a lot less play calls than we did in the first half because we wanted to break the game open, and I think that was something that worked a lot to our favor. We were way more fluid in the second half, where first half it was a bit more static.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, Coach.
Thank you.